Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game. Shadow Mario, the door's in your door. And yes, we are not doing so hot. Last episode, not only our name was stolen, but also our body. And I presume also our soul, all being used by this guy over here, whose name we don't know yet, and even if we did, it doesn't look like we can actually use it. And our friends are just here, like, they don't really care that something's gone awry. They just think, oh, I'm gonna follow around Mario and not question anything. And I'm over here like, Mario will remember this. But anyways, we do have a friend, actually kind of a temporary party member, I guess, Vivian, who is so charmed by our willingness to help that she wants to help us instead. And she's got a plan to get our buddy back, which depends on the kindness of burbs. Because burbs are great. I've been really depressed lately thinking about the depletion of fossil fuels. Yeah, tell me about it. We've got to come up with a renewable energy source before that happens. Like wind or hydroelectric. I think solar energy probably has the greatest potential. Or nuclear, just saying, like most climate models suggest is the best. Well, no help there. Unless you want to learn about climate change, which is becoming more and more relevant by the year. What about... But I like the burbs. I especially like crows. Crows get such a bad rap, but they're actually really clever. They're really affectionate if you treat them right. They're actually, I think they're one of the top 5 or 6 smartest bird species. I don't remember exactly. What do you have to say? Alas, this twilight world is too full of pain and contradiction, too full of broken dreams. Are you on a boulevard of broken dreams? Perhaps I was only given wings so that I could flee the terror of mundanity. Oh, you're waxing philosophical, but no real help. How about you two? Hey, Ma, listen to this. Ronnie, my oldest, is taking his SATs this year. Oh, is little Ronnie that age again? Well, bless my age already. Well, bless my feathers, Flo. I remember, like, I got a 1280 on my SATs, and I think a 29 on my ACTs. Proportionally, I think my ACTs was higher. I feel like that was the score that I sent out to colleges more often. Alright, I'm going to get some maple syrup, because why not? And I really want this live stream, but I really don't want to spend 40 coins for it. I thought they were cheaper. Maybe they'll be cheaper in a later town? I don't know. Alright, well, we've done what we can in town. Oh no, we haven't. We've got one more burb to talk to, I forgot. We talked to this burb over here, or these two. So that Mario guy meeting with the mayor, he's actually the bad guy, right? And nobody even knows. Humans are so dumb it makes me want to peck their noses. The only soul that knows the bad guy's name is locked under creepy steeple, I hear. Because, you know, if no one knows your name, then you can use unstoppable magic. But if someone says your real name to you, then your magic will stop working. So, I wonder how all of this is gonna end up then. That seems like the information we need. Did you hear that? If we search under Creepy Steeple, maybe we can find out that guy's real name. Let's go to Creepy Steeple again for the second time. More backtracking, I love it. I don't. Hey, what's up, Slick? Been waiting for you. I would have done this back in town, but that wouldn't look very good, would it? So, this is the one who stole your name and body? He looks sort of familiar to me. Don't think too hard about it. Alright, can the chatter, here's the deal. You get your chance, then I stomp you. If you guess my real name, then you get your body and name back. Fire away, no name. Alright, what if we name... What is your name? Is... Luigi. Aha! Went for the swerve there. You guys thought I might be going for Wario. But Waluigi needs some time in the spotlight too. He doesn't even get in Smash. Wario's in Smash. Yes, this name is okay. Wrong Amanda, little nobody who named their kid that. Aw, poor Waluigi. Prepare for doom, Slick. Yep, and don't even think about running for battle. Here, no running. Well, even if I do try to fight you, let's use my most powerful attack, Power Smash. Pierces defense. Does nothing. Yeah, you cannot hurt him at all, so just run away. They give you a really generous runaway bar, and I think the less you run away, the more generous it is. If you run away from battles all the time, it starts to get harder and harder. Oh, that's no fun. He must have been hiding there in ambush, waiting for you to show up. Well, forget him. Let's go get your name back. So Vivian is an interesting character. Obviously, she gets a lot of abuse from her sisters. And in the US PAL regions, that's because ostensibly, you know, she's the cute one and she's got the wicked stepsister thing going on, right? In the Japanese version, or in the original translation, there are strong hints, very strong hints, nothing outright stated, that Vivian is not her real name. And she might actually be a he. They hint that pretty strongly that Vivian is actually a male who is, I don't know if cross-dressing is the right term, but a male with gender dysphoria, I guess, would be the best term. Let's see, I do kind of want to show off what you can do. Let's get rid of this. Which is kind of an interesting take. Obviously, Tingle's been kind of hinted, or been a caricature of that since Majora's Mask. But Majora's Mask was kind of a darker, more immature Zelda, and it's interesting that they they made a character with like Vivian in the Japanese version in a Mario game, especially when they started to shy away from Birdo, because Birdo was originally a transvestite, or yeah, I think a transvestite. I don't think Birdo identifies as a female, but she likes to cross-dress. I think that was the original thing. But like they shied away from that, and then Vivian comes back, and they're like, oh, you know, maybe we could put this card back into play. All right, Shade Fist. Yeah. So this is a unique attack in that you have to hit the right button and it's randomized, but if you do it correctly, it can set enemies on fire, which makes it about the only normal attack I can think of that inflicts a status damage attack, or a status effect. So it's actually really powerful. To compensate for that, Vivian can't attack any enemy in the back line until she gets her first power-up move. Until then, she is only a frontline fighter. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm actually... That worked out decently. Kinda wish I had not gotten screwed up on the veil attack. She also, like, clearly, since she's a frontline fighter only, she can't jump? But that does mean that she's great for spiked enemies. So she has her benefits. She's also the only ground-bound enemy that can actually hit enemies in midair. She can stretch up and hit flying enemies, so she's pretty good all around. Especially when you power her up once and then she can get her group attack and she can set an entire line of enemies on fire. And you get burned and we're done. Oh, we got a lot of good stuff for that. A lot of coins. Excellent. I kind of don't want to keep fighting endlessly, especially since we're getting combination Crazy Daisies and Hyper enemies, which is a really dangerous combination, because if the Crazy Daisy puts you to sleep, you can't defend against Lullaby, so it continues to refresh the sleep. Meanwhile, the Hyper enemies keep going hyper, and, you know, Vivian can't attack because she has to constantly be veiling you. So it just turns into kind of a war of attrition. Now, I want to go back in here, since they make us backtrack to the creepy steeples so frequently. It's worth it just to come in here and go for another golden leaf every time we have to come back here, because it's out of the way and we're going to need them for a few recipes, so I kind of want to stock up. I'm also avoiding battles as much as possible. Just come on, Mario, thank you, man, just in time on that. Just because Vivian only kind of makes them longer, and I would really like somebody who can attack the back line. So I'm kind of sacrificing the experience here to try to move through the chapter so that I can get my actual party back. Now, the next part is full of buzzy beetles, and that's gonna be a real problem for Vivian, since she does fire damage. Her normal attack is strictly fire damage, which means she does 0 damage to buzzy beetles. Alright, let's go ahead and Quake Hammer here, I think. As long as we can keep them on their backs, Vivian might be able to do something. Let's see. Well, I missed it because Y and X are backwards from the Switch, which is what I'm used to playing these days. I forget that X is on the side, not the top. Oh, of course it misses both buzzy beetles. That would have been way too convenient. At least you got that one. Nope. No good, and now you can't do anything. I'll show you. Oh, it missed anyway. Could the fog go away, please? Okay, now could the fog go away, please? Thank you! Let's try this again. Yeah, see. It's immune to fire. Power smash, go. Now, fortunately, with Vivian here, we can actually get past this obstacle by going into the floor and letting it pass over us. Now we can get in this secret room with a shine sprite, which makes me happy. And thanks to the curse, we can get up here. I'm sure Dupless never imagined. Crap. I just gave away the game, didn't I? Oops. I'm sure that bad guy never imagined us getting in here. Hello, Mr. Parrot. Good morning, good morning. Squawk? What happened to those weirdos who were just here? Oh, whatever. It was almost nice to have some company. I mean, no matter how important it is that no one knows his real name, locking me up in here just because I know it, and making me guard the name's stupid missing letter, no way to treat a parrot. I really want a cracker. Dupless, you're a big meanie. When's feeding time, huh? Squawk! Pretty bird, pretty bird. Yep, his name is Dupless. We finally know it. And we know that the letter P is here. A letter needed to get Mario's name and body back. What's in here? You got a steeple key, a key that opens a door to some room. That will probably let us out. You got Power Plus. Boost Mario's jump and hammer attacks by 1, which I think takes 6? Yes. So maybe one more level and we'll put that on. And you got a Mr. Softener. Softens up enemies for a bit, decreasing their defense. Let's get rid of the mushroom. Steeple key. Now we never have to go back down the well again. We heard that. We heard you, little birdie. Dupless, that's his name. Now let's go get your name and body back from that meanie. And we'll teach him a lesson or two while we're at it. Which means we have to go all the way back to town. Sorry, I'm thinking about some things here. I want to say that when I was talking about Birdo and Vivian and Tingle, I was trying to approach the matter with absolutely no malice or offense to anybody. I was trying to do it as clinically, I was trying to think of it and do it as clinically as I could, while not rehearsing it excessively because that wouldn't necessarily be any better. But if I did say something offensive, just please understand that gender identity is not the easiest thing to talk about. And I really meant no offense to anybody. I really respect that we're in a day and age where we're not confined to traditional gender roles and people are free to be who they are. I'm not the best at talking about it, I fully acknowledge that. It's not an easy thing to talk about, essentially to complete strangers. But I did want to bring it up because I really feel like it's an interesting way to approach Vivian's character that the American audience doesn't get to see and may not know about. Like, there may be plenty of people who never knew that in the original version Vivian is actually hinted strongly to be a male. So it was an interesting bit of trivia I wanted to bring up. Alright. Do I have any? I could use the earthquake. In fact, if I do that, does it hit? No, items are not guaranteed to hit with the fog. Good to know. So maybe don't waste items like that. I missed it again, it didn't really matter. And now they're both asleep. Cool. Now I can't defend, but now we're both awake, so now it doesn't matter. In one of my practice runs, turns out you can be slept up to 4 turns, which is incredibly vicious. Especially since it's kind of random if an attack will wake you up. Oh, I didn't want to leave. I wanted to get those coins. Alright, well, fortunately the enemy didn't respawn, so that's the important thing. Unfortunately, you're waiting for me, and straight attack before I can even come out of paper mode. Do I just want to run? I think I just want to... let's try Earth Tremor. Let's see how good I am at this now. As I look at my OBS and not my TV. Because I think my OBS is slightly more accurate. Not that it helped, because I wasn't concentrating, I was talking. Oh me. Let's see how I'm gonna mess this up. Got it that time. Well, you're gonna burn somewhere. Not that that really helps. You're gonna have to veil here. As I carefully put it in. Because it feels really bad when you miss that with hyper enemies around. Of course, just like Paper Mario, it takes 1 turn to disappear and 1 turn to reappear. Alright, come on. Got it. And now I probably don't have to worry about you. No, actually, no, I exactly don't have to worry about you. I'll just hammer you and finish you off. Oh, yes, I will take that Mr. Softener. The second Mr. Softener? I could probably cook that into something good to show off. Alright, you got 3 star points. And with that, we're finally out of the woods. I think we're gonna call it an episode here. Next time, we're gonna head for that ambush. I don't think we're ready for him now. So I'll see you then. Thanks for coming out and joining me today. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure you let me know. Give me your likes, give me your comments. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Later.